Go.
Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where acquired Nicolas Raskin. You would hope that announcement would come in the coming days. And then Todd Cantwell obviously made his debut the other day there. And good fashion, I would say. You obviously didn't see much of the game, but good debut, exactly what we wanted in for the start. And then I will look at Hearts as well. Coming up on Wednesday, tough trip to Tynecastle, probably one of Beale's toughest, I would say, so far. Tess as manager, so we'll talk about that as well. And thanks for the support on the last episode. Get a lot of views on that one, so thanks for everybody tuning in and new subscribers. Thanks and welcome to the new episode. First, we'll talk about the game of the weekend. Then I was expecting more in terms of performance, to be honest. I thought this would where it would all kind of click together, but again, we kind of made things hard for ourselves against St Johnstone. Penalty for Tavernier kind of set us on our way. You would think, right, from now on, let's go and stick 3 or 4 in the net and have a convincing victory for once. But again, we couldn't seem to finish our chances, which was unfortunate. And a red card obviously has made all the headlines for the wrong reasons, I would say, because I mean there's no debate that it's a red card, and then Ryan Jack's one it was probably a penalty, as Mark Reynolds said today in Sky Sports. So, aye, pretty standard routine home victory. Nothing really special. Todd Cantwell, as I did say there, had a good showing straight in for the start, which I didn't expect, and I don't think you did either, because it's, as we say, rare we do anything like that. Morelos could have had about 4 on the day if he had his shooting boots on. Ryan Kent probably should have scored as well, by a great keeper for this, great save, sorry, for the St Johnstone keeper. Glenn Kamara getting on the score sheet with probably, if that falls to Morelos, that one, I don't think he scores. Kamara slots it away perfectly, but aye, there's not much to say. It was kind of routine, standard victory, what you would expect, really.
Aye, as I say, mate, I've only seen obviously the highlights and what have you. It's funny Kamara scores in a week. I've seen all the rumours apparently about him going to Spain and what have you, so not quite.
Nah, he was really good actually, Kamara. To be honest, he kind of deserved that goal, getting forward a lot more. Um, Always comfortable in possession, and I think he plays his best football with Ryan Jack. To be honest with you, the two of them just suit each other really well. But unfortunately, Michael Beale said today Ryan Jack picked up a knock after that tackle, and it's looking like John Lundstrom, who came on the other day and again was appalling. Just always losing the ball under no pressure as well. He just invites the pressure onto himself, and he came on for Ryan Jack at half time, and genuinely don't think he's had a good game since the Celtic one. To be honest, I think he's been so poor. But Ryan Jack's got a knock, so probably going into the game when we talk about the team. I don't think we'll see him starting, but a bit of good news to wake up to this morning for once. We actually reached a deal. We Standard Liège for Nicolas Raskin. It was kind of looking like this one was just going to fade away like all the other ones do. So much potential there. In the past with Joey Veerman, Alexander Skov Olsen, to name another one that went on and done really well. So glad that we can go and get Nicolas Raskin as part of the team. And you look at that midfield now, it's just he has to be the future. 21 years old, Belgian, already getting scouted into the national team as well. Only going to get more eyes on him up here, and really exciting signing. Apparently, we agreed the fee €2 million, which Standard Liège wanted. So that gets their money. We get the player, and the player obviously doesn't sit in the reserves for the rest of the season. But buzzing with the signings, as we said last week. Perfect midfielder. I think we really need.
We desperately need, as you say, new midfielders in there. It's good to get somebody like this over the line, mate. I'm excited to see him, see what his game's all about. And as you say, breaking into the Belgian team, that's not an easy feat at all. Do you know what I mean? To try and get in there, look at the quality they've had over the years. So it's going to be an exciting talent, somebody we desperately need, young as well, which is key. Because good God, the midfield is pensioner central, as we already know. So it's good to have somebody come in. As I say, don't know too much about the game. Obviously, you can watch all the highlights tomorrow, did you want? But when he's wearing that blue jersey and he's playing, we'll actually know what he's all about. But it's an exciting one, mate. It's good to see we're getting deals done. That obviously they announced that absolute dreadful ECDC kit and what have you.
Oh, well, I was told that's the reason he signed, because he's just such an AC/DC
fan.
nut.
Aye.
He's just, that's why he signed.
Well, I mean, listen, look, I'll rather listen to them before kick off than some of the other dross that's played. To be fair, so aye, nah, man, I'm happy to get this boy in. It's a decent, as I say, really top signing. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Aye, and Sasha Tavoleri, probably butchered his second name, but that's the Belgian journalist that's kind of been putting all this information out. He's been first to sort of all the headlines and that, and then Fabrizio Romano's obviously got to them as well. Michael Beale in his press conference today said, "Oh, we're at the same as we were at the weekend," but he's just holding his cards close to his chest. I think Nicolas Raskin will probably be announced as a Rangers player, definitely tomorrow. Obviously, the deadline.
Mm.
Don't know if that will be the only one. Morgan Whittaker would have said, Michael Beale said he'll probably stay at Swansea. They're not anticipating another bid for him, which when I was thinking about what do we actually need for the squad, I think it is just so big, the squad. I mean, it might not have the best amount of quality everywhere, but I mean, there's still players there like Scott Wright and Matondo, like, and all the sort of attacking areas. They really need another attacker, and then you've got Roof still to come back, Cholak back at the weekend as well. I think probably Raskin will be the only incoming. Do you think we really need anything else?
I certainly do. I still think we need another midfielder in there. I'd really get out and get two of them. In terms of forwards, don't think you've got, obviously as you're talking about there. I mean, you've still got Matondo, you've got
And you've still got Tom Lawrence to come back.
Lawrence as well. So I don't think we need to hang it, but I still thought in the middle of the park. Do you know what I mean? Goalkeeper, don't even get me to say, don't get me started. That is the area I think we all know needs to be recruited the most. And I personally would have done it this window instead of waiting
Mm-hmm.
it's a couple of months out. But nah, for me, I'd have definitely went out and get another midfielder, a goalkeeper, and potentially a right back as well. Somebody you'd have in your competition.
No, I think the one that came through was Noah Siddiqui of Anderlecht, the young fullback. I mean, that looks promising. Again, that can be sort of done in a pre-contract, so we'll see if we ever go back for him. Bill said he's looking for a goalkeeper as well in the summer. Thank fuck. Looking for another centre half to add to the squad as well. And then he said he's got his eyes on a number 9. He says he already knows who he wants to sign in this press conference today. So I'm interested to see who that's going to be. He said that he's totally different from all the other strikers that are currently at the club. So it'll be interesting to see who that is and who he's got his eyes on. But I think in the summer, this team is going to be completely overhauled, and
Aye.
Raskin and Cantwell are just two massive additions for the years to come. Totally happy with the signing of Raskin. The sort of profile he's came under is like a bulldog type of pit bull midfielder that can carry the ball, pick out passes, and he's box to box. And for me, this just makes so much sense. In years to come, you never know how good he's going to be and who's going to be after him. So it makes all the sense in the world to pay the fee. A lot of people were kind of, no, we're paying $2 million for a guy that's out of contract in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't care, to be honest. If we're getting the guy now, that's all that matters, because we need strength in the midfield, and he's going to provide that. And then he never even signed a pre-contract either. It's not as if, right, we'll sign this guy in the summer. Like, nothing was done. And then you can't just let somebody else come in and sweep in and get him. As Sasha did say on his Twitter the day, German clubs are in from, I think it was Stuttgart, and that had conversations with him over the weekend to try and sort of hijack the deal. But the fact that the Rangers sort of representatives went out and spoke to him in person, and he held talks with Beale and stuff, that kind of sealed the deal, and he only wanted to come to Rangers. So fair play on that part. But exactly the kind of signings we should be making, and it'll move us forward and be stronger as a team. So can't complain. Last time out at Hearts, it was a great day. Probably should have won more in the end, but can't believe how good Hearts are now and how bad they were that day. We won 4-0 in the end, but it could have been about 4-5-6 going on. But Cholak was the hero that day. Will he
You know,
start tomorrow? I know he was in the press conference today. Bill's hinted that maybe Hearts away, kind of two strikers up front will give us a better chance. What do you think?
well, it's definitely. The question I was going to ask you there, mate, was my man Robbie Nielsen? Did he have the same haircut as me last time we played them there, or was he? Did he have all that hair? Because I'm telling you what, I'm just thinking maybe the wee shaving of the hair's contributed to maybe getting them form. No, no, listen, two up top would be it'd be nice. I don't know, maybe it'd be nice to see. I don't know if the two of them could they work together. I don't know.
I think they complement each other pretty well actually, because you watch Cholak, well, when he came on the other day, he came on for about half an hour and the game was dead after that. Right enough, like the game just fell flat in his arse. But just I don't know. He's a guy, like if you get chances in the box, he'll score them. But I just think he doesn't do much else. Whereas I think Morelos will pick up the ball and sort of make chances for him. So I think it could balance itself out in that
Yeah, it
way.
could balance itself out. Well, I guess so, mate. It's one of them, as you say, in the box. You'll bury them, Morelos, do the work, sort of with the aye. So you never know. I'm just, as I say, Hearts is a massive test for Michael Beales. We've been talking about, we've been saying. Probably one of the biggest ones, as you say, they're on great form. So it's going to be an interesting game. Definitely, indeed. And obviously, we'll see how it goes, man.
Nah, and especially with Hearts being unbeaten, and they've got, I can't remember how many games it is off the top of my head, but they got a point, obviously. Livingston away, another tough venue to go to. Realistically, if you're Hearts and you're comfortable in third, you would take a point against fourth, which is Livingston. So, I mean, beating Hibs convincingly every time, Shanklin scoring near enough every game. They've got Garang Cole for Newcastle on loan as well, the prospect for Australia. So they've got a good squad throughout. Like probably easily the third strongest squad in the league. And I think there's always something about a nighttime game at Tynecastle that just has, like, obviously that was 12 o'clock on a Saturday, but some about a nighttime game at Tynecastle that's just always got that pure massive, like, big game feel about it. And I think tomorrow or Wednesday, sorry, will be one of them. But the team, I think he'll play. I think he will play kind of like two strikers, but it'll be Sakala and Morelos. He mentioned Sakala only missed out because of the birth of his child, so congratulations there, Fashion. But I think he doesn't want to mess up the back line a lot. That's really kind of solid at the moment, and there's obviously no really any options at centre half. So I'm fine with the back line. Tavernier actually had one of his better games, to be honest, the other day. Obviously another goal for the penalty spot, but I thought he was a lot better. Barisic was quite poor, I thought, against St Johnstone, but again, Ridvan Yilmaz isn't back to push him for that place yet. As I said earlier on, it'll probably be Lundstram and Kamara. I think Ryan Jack had a really good game again for the first half the other day. And he, as I say, plays his best football with Glenn Kamara next to him. I would prefer it to be the two of them, because Lundstram this season, I have no idea what's happened to that guy. I don't know if he's just been overplayed, he's carrying injuries, as we've heard. Like, he's just, it always seems to be stuck in another world. Like, he's sitting playing for Rangers in the pitch and he's probably thinking, oh, it's a Liverpool score or something. Like, just seems to always be daydreaming recently, Lundstram. But again, I think he'll probably start. Tillman, Kent, Morelos, I think it's pretty standard. But Cantwell's maybe in for a shout. I think it would maybe suit Sakala better this game, though.
No, I'd probably play Sakala, mate, to be fair, do you know what I mean? But you never know. I like the fact that he just threw him in. Maybe, as you said, obviously, because Sakala's had the Buffy's child, as we say, congratulations with that. But I like the fact that he thingy, because we were just both sitting here thinking ourselves, he'll come on in the 70th minute, maybe get the last thing, mate. But he might not play at all. Maybe one of them where he just comes out and greets the fans a bit. But just going on at lunchtime and all, just as you say, I think he's just trying to do too much, man. He's trying to force being a leader as well in the team as well. You know what I mean? As I say, you look at something like Connor Goldson, he just is a leader. He doesn't force it. He's not playing a part. He is a leader. He's vocal throughout the entire game. But I just feel like lunchtime, man. Daydreaming's a good word to use for it.
Aye.
Probably is thinking about the Liverpool score, but I don't know what he's thinking about personally, but he's not thinking about his football in that part for me. But no, mate, I'd probably go with Sakala, as you say, maybe a bit of pace in there.
Nah, I think it worked really well when we
That
played.
Cadwell for the first couple of minutes of playing like proper football for a while now, because he wasn't featuring for Norwich at all.
That's his first game since November, I think.
Aye, so I mean,
playing him back to back would maybe be a bit much now, but I think he'll definitely come off the bench if he doesn't start. I'm not really expecting him to start here, but then I didn't expect him to start at the weekend either. So we'll see. Just as I was saying beforehand, there, Sakala, Morelos, and Kent, when we won 2-0 there last season, away from home, worked really well. We got a fast start. We're 2-0 up in 15 minutes or so. So you would expect that. Fast start, hopefully again. What really annoys me about our performances is we're just so slow with the ball. We're taking ages in the ball to go and pick out passes, and it was nice to see Cantwell, a sort of breath of fresh air, just give me the ball, and he was trying stuff all the time. And for Kamara's goal, it was a brilliant pass into Morelos. Actually, I don't think anybody else in the team would actually attempt that pass, and so it's good to have that sort of football brain in your team, if you say. Tillman again had I think another decent showing again. I think this could suit him away from home against Hearts, but I think that's up there with some of our best team at the moment. Sakala's I thought he was unfairly dropped until you obviously hear the news the other day. But for me, that'd be the team. And then just to finish on anybody else, do you think MD will leave the club tomorrow? I've seen rumours about Alex Lowry. I think Alex Lowry's always going to be the guy that's talked about in that sense where, although I hope it doesn't happen, or what if he was this good for Rangers and such, I think what he definitely needs now is a loan. Beale always talks about how talented he is, but he's got a lot of work to do. I just don't think you're going to really see him feature much, to be honest, anymore. I mean, you've got Cantwell playing virtually the same position as him. What's your thoughts on loaning out Alex Lowry?
I'd do it in a heartbeat, especially this window. Gives him time, as you say, work on the stuff maybe Michael Beale wants him to work on, but just also for him to enjoy his football. Let that guy express himself, because when he has a power, as I say, he has a power and part to express himself. It's an absolute joy to watch. So I'd loan him out. I wouldn't be shocked to hear maybe potentially probably in the summer, but I wouldn't be shocked to hear maybe the release of Harlander.
No,
Wouldn't be shocked to hear that at all. For me, I'm thinking to myself, come on, sign another one or two. But obviously we know how difficult it is maybe to do these deals and what have you. But at the same time, I just think you could have went out and get another one or two. For me personally, you look at somebody like Michael Beale, as you said, like was buzzing at the start. It seemed like he was like, no, I'm getting 2 or 3 in this window. He's got 2 out of probably the 3 that he wanted. Maybe you never know. But I just hear him going on for that, and then it'd be like, we're just kind of happy with this or what.
no, it's just he probably shouldn't have came out. I think we mentioned this on last week's episode. He probably shouldn't have said at the very first press conference in January, "Oh, we're aiming to bring 3 or 4 in," because then the fans just get that number in their head, and they're not going to back down for that and wonder what actually happened. Like, it took us 3 weeks to get Cantwell. It took us near enough 2 weeks to get Raskin. So, like, these deals will take time in January. It's all about penny pinching, and we love to penny pinch. So
You fucking damn right, don't we? I'm just a bit shocked that we haven't announced. Really, I'm shocked that Tillman isn't confirmed fully as a Rangers player yet, because to me, you let him go back to Bayern Munich, man. Somebody's snapping him up. Somebody's going to.
I can already picture what's going to happen in my head. Like, I don't know. Again, don't know the logistics of the contract. If there's like no way we could sign him in January, then that's fair enough. They'll probably be having talks and whatever. But this is going to be one where he's going to go back to Bayern. He's going to go on the pre-season tour and all that, and it's going to go all the way down to the end of the window, and we'll finally, hopefully, agree a fee. When the transfer happened, like, we've got an exclusive option to buy, so it's literally, if we want him, we can buy him. Obviously, down to the player side as well, and if Bayern want to do the deal, but for me, like, no brainer. It would have given a bit of security. I get what you're saying with him and the team and that.
Just look at him. He's been probably I don't care. I think he's been the best player in the team this season. His goals and his assists, man. Vital goals and assists as well. As I say, you go back to Aberdeen, you go back to Hibs. I just think you need to sign a player like that, especially if it's as cheap as 5 million. I'm biting your hand off for a player like Tillman. Look at the future development you can have there. Do you know what I mean? Potentially selling him back to Bayern Munich for more money, and then you're also going to get a piece of the pie if Bayern Munich sell him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit shocked that Sands. Like, I know we probably won't sign him, but I'm a bit shocked that they haven't maybe said something like, "Oh, James Sands want to be signed for the club, but he'll remain on loan." Or something. I don't know.
I genuinely think Sands might go tomorrow. I think he might get his loan kind of terminated tomorrow, to be honest. Like, which is unfortunate, but I'm looking at Raskin now coming in. I'm looking at players. The bench was already had a couple of players trimmed for it the other day. Like, you didn't see any Leon King, Lowry on the bench, and then that's still to add players in. Like, unfortunate for James Sands, but Michael Beale did mention it today. Like, he had people come to his office having conversations, and could be one. I don't really. I think it'd probably be better for James Sands, to be honest, maybe to go back to America, because I don't think we will sign him. But then again, you would maybe want to see him show something. But again, I don't think his opportunities will come too often. But I guess we'll need to wait and see what happens tomorrow. It's deadline day. We're hopefully going to get Raskin announced. There could be a couple outgoings. We'll see. And there could be more incomings. We might get a late deal done for Morgan Whittaker. We might get someone else that we've been kind of talking to. But I think the two on your screen at the moment, obviously Cantwell, great debut, and then Raskin to come in the next day. So looking forward to it.
Indeed, mate. Looking forward to it. Just yet again, thank the fans for the fans. Thanks for the listens and all that part. You know what I'm talking about.
Aye, the words were there, the right message. But thanks for the support on the last episode. One of our probably our best performing, to be honest with you, at 2,000 odd views. So thanks for that. Thanks for getting in the discussion in the comments. Again, if you want to get in the discussion in the comments, let us know what you thought about Cantwell's debut. Is he a player that you like? Is he a player that you think is going to crumble at Ibrox? Let us know. And Nicolas Raskin, I've never seen one bad comment about it. So if you have a bad comment, let us know. If you have positive comments, let us know, and we'll get back to you there. We'll be back next week reviewing obviously the Hearts game, Ross County at the weekend, looking at the squad again. Probably that's when we'll be able to look and say, right, we should have signed this, we should have signed that, players that we kind of had in mind. So until then, we'll see.